So, thank you for joining us today. I have here with me Bill, the Tasmanian Devil Hunter.
That's me.
Thank you, Bill, for coming with us today. I see you.
You're quite welcome. You're quite welcome. I'm very happy to be here. You know, there's this big mystery behind Tasmanian devils, and a lot of people just don't understand how dangerous they really are.
Yeah. Pretty ugly one right there.
Oh yeah, definitely. This particular one right here, you know, he gave his left arm, just his left arm. See, it was a really big tussle that I got into with him. And what happened was he had taken his left arm and he had wrapped it kind of like around my neck, just like this, all right? And he wrapped it around like this.
Jeez.
And then I grabbed hold of it about like here and everything.
Oh my goodness.
And I thought he had me. I really did think that he had me. But at that particular time, what happened was I put my foot.
Are you okay? You sure? Bill? Bill!
You gotta be careful with these things. They don't call them devils for any reason whatsoever. I mean, for no reason whatsoever. The things that, even their body parts are a little inhabited, if you know what I mean.
Yeah.
They have a little spirit of their own.
So what is that thing over there? Is that another Tassie or is that something else?
Oh, well, this right here, it is another version of a Tassie, okay? But this is more like the right-hand version of the Tassie, and this is kind of like the left-hand version of the Tassie.
What are you going to do with them? Like, are you going to frame them? What do you do with those things?
Oh, no. You see, these things, they make very excellent door knockers.
Back scratchers?
Back scratchers. They're really good for back scratchers. They work really well. If you'd like to try one, you could try this. This one is actually a little safer than this one.
Okay.
I don't particularly, I would like to say that I know for sure that it's safer, but it just feels like it's probably a little bit safer for you. So.
Yep. Do you all want to see me back scratch with the Tassie?
I think you want to see her back scratch with the Tassie.
Let's see.
So it's a different kind of experience too.
Oh.
It's pretty nice, isn't it?
That's not bad.
Oh yeah. It's pretty nice.
How much would one of these go for if I needed one for home?
Well, these aren't for sale. These are from my personal collection. I just have this one pair.
Yeah.
I had planned on getting a second pair of Tasmanian devil arms.
Right.
But unfortunately, it didn't quite work out the way I wanted it to. And that Tasmanian devil kind of ate the rest of my crew.
So let me ask you, would these be the mommy, daddy Tassie or baby Tassie hands that you have?
Oh, no, these are just baby Tassies.
Baby Tassies?
These are just baby Tassies.
Goodness. How large would you say that one gets to?
Well, this particular species of Tassies, because there's like 3 specific species of Tassies.
All the same color, greenish, brown?
No. Actually, there's a really nice purplish one.
Oh, wow.
And he's really pretty. But the purple one, you can only hunt them at night.
Wow.
They only come out at night. And purple in the night, really difficult to see. Most likely you're going to lose some fingers, if not a whole hand.
Oh, yeah. You need a pro like yourself.
Well, yeah, you do need a pro.
Yeah.
Probably not like myself, though.
Okay.
I'm a little on the expensive side. You want a little lower level pro than somebody like me.
Yeah.
Yeah, for sure. So anyway, and the third species, third species is kind of yellow.
Okay. So we have
sort
the green,
of like a
the purple,
putrid
and the
kind of yellow. Yeah, green, purple, and yellow are the main colors.
Okay.
You know, and they don't crossbreed at all.
They don't?
No, they don't crossbreed at all. So you don't get multicolors. You're not going to get like a purple yellow or anything like that ever.
So what makes them tick? Like, what do they tend to go after? If I were to see one,
Run.
Yeah,
if you see one, run.
Okay.
That's all you can do. You just
no
run.
standing still like with a bear, just kind of running.
Nope. See, the Tasmanian devil, he is hoping that you're going to stay still.
Oh.
Because he's going to have this great little big cute little smile on his face, little puppy dog eyes, and he's just going to saunter up to you, and you're going to think, I'm going to be able to pet a Tasmanian devil.
You know what?
And you reach out.
That's kind of scary. That's kind of scary because I remember the year that I was living in Australia, seeing one. Let me tell you what, Bill. We're about to have to go to a break. hold on to that, Tazzy.
Absolutely.
Thank you.
You're quite welcome.
Hello, everybody. I'm LaDonna Harris. I'm your host, and I'm here today with our guest, Lisa, who's here to critique our new book of the week. Lisa, hey.
Hi, LaDonna. Thank you for having me here today. I
Thank you for
appreciate you
coming.
having us, and I'm so excited to talk about our book of the week. It's called 100 Days to Brave by Annie F. Downs. And Annie is a seasoned writer, and one thing about Annie is when she writes things, she writes it to where you understand it, whether it's trying to teach you to be brave enough to even start. You know, if you're down and it's a devotion to keep you going every day, it's encouraging words to keep you going. She has like 12 chapters in it, and each one of them, of course, starts with brave enough, because you are always brave enough to even start the book, brave enough to be you, brave enough to dream, to work hard, to love others, to face changes, and to pursue healthy living, and just persevere, and brave enough to be you.
Oh, okay. So can you tell us one thing that stood out most to you in this book?
Well, it's a daily devotion to help you get along. If you're, like for me, there's been times that different devotion books that you can use, they help you heal in certain ways. And this is one that's to help you heal and giving you encouragement and giving you braveness to go out there and be yourself and not be afraid of those people that are telling you lies out there or that are bullying you out there. It's all about telling you to be brave enough to face those challenges every day and to believe in God and what He tells you, and just to believe in yourself and to be able to face these challenges.
So did this book in any way help you as a person after reading it?
Well, actually, since it says 100 Days to Brave, I'm actually on day 80. I believe we've hit day 80. So we've got 20 more days to go on it, but I feel brave enough to go out there and critique more books and not be afraid to get out here on this camera and teach other people how to be brave enough to go out and to be themselves.
Awesome. And one statement you said that stood out is you said that it's a good book for women as well as men.
Yes. It's not just because a woman wrote it and it has pink on the cover that men can't read it. You know, everybody needs to learn how to be brave. And so it's a challenge to everyone to get up and just read and teach yourself to be encouraging, to be brave, and things like that.
Well, thank you for coming and sharing this book with all of our guests. And I hope everyone goes out and reads this book. Thank you.
Thank you.
Welcome to another episode of Bill's Bourbon, Beer, and Banter. Today we have a very special guest with us, Joshua. And this is Joshua of Joshua's Jumping Jacks and Juice Emporium.
That's right.
Now, Josh, the way I understand it, please correct me if I'm wrong here, your first interest had more to do with jumping jacks than juice. Is that correct?
That's right. That's absolutely correct.
Yeah, and that started about when you were 5, if I'm
Yeah,
not
love jumping
mistaken?
jacks, really good at them, can get super, super high,
Yeah,
higher than most. Over kids, a lot of times I would just do jumping jacks and they would run underneath me and we just, for hours and hours.
I've always been kind of jealous of that. Now, when exactly did your idea come to combine both jumping jacks and juice?
Well, I have to give the credit to my wife on this one because she's a big fan of vomit. And so we thought, how can we get these kids throwing up? And we thought, introduce the juice to their stomach, make them do the jumping jacks. They're going to puke all over the place. We've got this padding down. You just hose it off at the end of the day. Start fresh the next time around.
That's an absolutely brilliant idea. Do
Thank
you
you so
find
much.
that one particular juice works better than other juices? Because I know that, from an acidity standpoint of view, that apple juice is kind of the one that makes me feel the most queasy.
Yeah, absolutely. There's a lot of thought put into that. The more acidic juices, your orange juice, really going to stir up the tummy a lot. Sometimes we'll have cake and cupcakes and ice cream as well, too. Just really get that going.
That sounds, you
It's
definitely
great.
got the market kind of cornered as far as the jumping jacks and the juice. I hadn't really considered the vomit aspect before.
Absolutely, yeah, and it's a passion project, you know. But they pay us. They come here. They pay us to hang out, and it's just it's a dream come true, really.
And it's pretty high demand?
Very high demand. Yeah, we've got a waiting list a month out.
Wow.
Yes.
Now, do you have plans to franchise in the future? Is that something that you see on the schedule?
Oddly enough, had a lot of meetings. Not a lot of people interested in the idea for whatever reason. I don't know why. It's not a lot of turnaround, you know, not a lot of expense to get it started. No. But people are just not into it. Maybe international market will be better. I'm not sure, but stay tuned.
You know, I bet the Japanese market, the Asian market would probably really be into this.
It's possible. We might add the trampolines too. I don't know if you've been to the trampoline park, but that's just a match made in heaven.
Oh yeah. Put that along. Man, I could definitely see that. You could go Joss's Juices, jumping jacks.
It's in there
and
somewhere.
Pizza.
And pizza, absolutely pizza. Yes.
Pizza would definitely work.
Fantastic.
So, well, Josh, you know, I got to say that the business model was not something that we were expecting would have such a success, especially in this area here. But you've definitely have it cornered on the vomit aspect of it for
Absolutely,
sure.
yeah,
Nobody else is specializing in vomit. So it's been great to have you here. We hope to have you back soon, and good luck with your adventures.
My absolute pleasure. Thank you. Hey everybody, I'm Josh. This is my new friend Charles here.
Hello.
And we are broadcasting live from what appears to be an infinite green void of some kind.
It is indeed. It is one of my favorite places to just sort of relax after a long day of work and sort of be overwhelmed by the complete lack of time and space in this singular area of the universe. It's so relaxing after one gets off one's day job, be it retail or whatever, to sit here and contemplate just the emptiness.
Fantastic, absolutely. Charles seems to be very familiar with this void. Myself, I just woke up from a nap. Here I am floating with Charles and 3 cameras for some reason, so I thought, you know, let's just go with it. Let's make a show. Let's talk about our experience.
It happens. You know, these are the things that just happen when you completely break the laws of space and time, when you completely throw everything about physics out the window. That's where the truly fascinating questions happen.
It really is incredible.
The emptiness and the void, the nothingness. I really like it because I can sit here and ask such questions as, what purpose does the universe serve if there is no consciousness to perceive it? Once the universe has died its final heat death and no particle will ever interact again, drifting endlessly through this void in which we are currently standing, what will matter? What will ultimately matter in the end? And I think it's a nice thing to think about.
Could not have said it better myself. And as an example, I did try for hours to run away from Charles because I was terrified at first, but as I can illustrate for you here.
Go ahead and do the run thing again.
No, yeah, absolutely. This time less terrified, but just
less
as an
screaming,
example for our audience. I'm just going to run in one direction away from him, and we'll just see. Just right back where I started, and it's just, there's no getting away from him, and you seem to know how to get out of here. If you could just let me know, that'd be great.
You know, it's a tricky process.
Sure.
It's one that took a very long time for me to master.
Yeah.
I am completely lying right now. I have no idea how to get out of the endless void.
Okay, great.
See, the thing about being outside of time is you can't really re-enter linear time. It becomes somewhat complicated. You'll be actually reliving these 3 minutes for the rest of eternity.
That's fantastic.
Until eternity as a concept itself is no more.
Great. Yeah, so if these cameras are actually broadcasting to anyone at all, please send some kind of help. That would be fantastic.
Yeah, I hate to be the one to break it to you, but
just,
there you go.
Okay, thank you
With
so
any luck,
much,
you'll run into the blind idiot God or perhaps Great Klolhal.
Okay, yeah, that sounds great. I'm going to try
Maybe
to go
pray to whatever God you believe in.
maybe up next and see if that does anything for us at all.
Good luck. And we are back at a second night of the NECAT network where none of us have any idea what we're doing. Tonight we are joined by George, who I'm told is an expert on not knowing what he's doing. George, thank you for joining us.
It's true. They're really unrivaled in the field. It's great to be here. Thank you for having me.
Yeah, we're glad to have you. You know, as you know that we're very interested in not knowing what we're doing and also stalling for as long as we possibly can in these segments. And I saw an interview you gave Last night, I think it was, where you stalled for about 3 or 4 minutes, which was pretty intense.
Yeah, it's pretty normal for me. It was a good night, but yeah, my dad said if you're not going to do anything, don't do anything well, and I've stuck with that. It's really served me well, and I stick to what I don't know.
Well, that's good to hear. Yeah. That's good to hear. You don't know a lot of things, then. Do you want to maybe share some of the things you don't know with us?
I get that often, and it's really tough to talk about the things that you don't know. So you really just
it's a challenge.
It is. So you just got to be really original and creative. There aren't a lot of people that are really that good at it. So you say the same things kind of over and over. A lot of nodding.
But you want to phrase them differently. You don't want to make it look like you're saying the same thing over and over again. You want to try doing something a little bit different.
Yeah, you got to mix it in a little bit. There's got to be some variation because the repetition does make people comfortable, but at some point they like some variation to make them feel like they're alive. So
yeah, I think that if you're watching TV at night and you're just kind of letting something play in the background, you want it to pop occasionally, but I don't know about me. I mostly just like to sit with a book or something, have the TV going in the background. So not knowing what you're doing is great for that.
It is. Usually wearing one sock at that point, and the recliner is tilted back, and my brain is really completely empty, but it's taken most of my adult life to get that practiced and to be that good at vacating mentally.
It's very hard. Like your brain automatically just wants to do these things, and not knowing what you're doing, I mean, that's a
not my brain,
struggle.
not my brain, Charles. Like it's a professional athlete at nothing.
Well, you clearly have a lot of experience in it. I think we could all learn a thing or two from you and how much you don't know and how much you're just stalling for time.
There's no learning involved here, folks. Kids, don't be fooled. It's really an excellent challenge. I'm invited to schools all the time for mediocrity, for low achievement, for just kind of schmoozing and nothingness. And I love it. Really, the kids respond really well, and it's very popular.
Well, we've been delighted to have you, George. Thank you for coming on and stalling for time with us for about 3 minutes. And we will be back after a short break with some more stalling for time right after this.
Good morning, and welcome to the Lisa Show. And on our show today, we have my good friend who has been doing some screenwriting lately and been on stage, and I'm just excited about her upcoming show. My friend today, we have Jay here, and she's going to be talking about her upcoming show, and the name of it is?
When the Red Phone Rings.
When the Red Phone Rings. Yes. It'll be an amazing show. And my friend Jay is here. And Jay, how do you say your name, actually?
So, out of all these years you've known me,
no, but I want the people to know how to say it right.
Of course. It's pronounced Jamiku.
Jamiku.
Yes.
And tell us a little bit about you and tell us about your upcoming playwright show.
Yeah, so first of all, I just want to say thank you for having me on the show. And a little bit about me is I've been kind of writing here and there for a number of years so far. But just recently, this When the Red Phone Rings is probably one of the bigger things that I've come up with. You have to go see it, but it's really about a detective story. And there's a red phone that's in the office, and there's this case that's trying to be solved. There's a lot of information that I can't really talk about that kind of throws a twist in the entire play when the red phone does ring. So, yeah,
how
pretty interesting.
How exciting. That sounds so neat and mysterious.
Yes.
And so how long did it take you to come up with the theme and just writing the whole play?
This one honestly took me about 1.5 years. When you see it, you'll understand why. You'll definitely understand why.
Can you let the people know, to put on a production like this, how many cast members do you have in your show?
For this particular one, we have about 7 cast members.
Okay.
Yeah.
And how many people, how large is your set? Or your show? We're at TPAC.
It's pretty large. Yeah, it's pretty large. Medium to large, I would say, but it's definitely, even though it's large, it's still going to draw you in as though it's one of those very personal type feeling shows. But you're going to enjoy it. In fact, I wanted to tell you, I brought 2 tickets for 2 lucky audience members.
How exciting is
Yeah.
that? Okay, so how do you want to do it? You want to just draw out of the hat here and pick a number, and whoever seat number it is?
We're going to make them act silly. They're going to have to get up here and they're going to have to sing their best jingle of when the red phone rings.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Well, we'll get that going. All right. Y'all get ready. All right. So she's coming up with her upcoming play at When the Red Phones Rings at TCAP.
TPAC.
TPAC. And give them your website and everything about it.
Redphone.com.
We're good.
Welcome to NECAT Productions. My name is George Ewing. I'm here this evening with LaDonna, and we're discussing the discarded public library book here, Hidden Agenda, or something like that. I forgot the title of the book. How's your evening going?
It's going just fine. How
Yeah?
about yourself?
Good. This is one of my favorite titles. How do you feel about it?
Hidden Agenda speaks for itself, I feel. So, yes, I wonder what the book is about. Wonder what agenda is talking about. Maybe we should read it.
Hidden Agendas, I believe that this is about conspiracies having to do with community planning for transit plans involving subterranean subways. You got any experience with that? Spent some time with
No subways.
no subways, no metropolitans? All right, well, thanks for coming in.
Thank
It's been
you.
nice to have you. I hope that you all at home are enjoying some good weather, and we'll see you tomorrow night. No? Okay, we're going to go over here. Hi. Well, we're going to continue talking about Hidden Agenda, and we're going to spend some time talking about these lovely handouts that we've had a good time working this evening, learning our way around a production stage. And we've also invited some fellow plants this evening. This is Edgar. And LaDonna, you want to talk some more about our friends behind you?
Oh, yes, we have Edgar here, and we have Cindy and Lucy and Jane. They're over here thirsting for some water. Think we'll get them some at the break.
Well, they do look thirsty. And for their benefit, we do show we have just about a minute left here. So was there anything that you wanted to bring to the public of Nashville that you're working on?
I'm working on a lot of things, and I can't wait to bring some of my students here to let them be a part of the television show. So they can talk about their social issues and tell the world what little teenagers go through on a daily basis.
Well, I think that that's great, and I think it's a very responsible thing to do for your students, and I'm sure that they look forward to some opportunity here to talk about things that might not be so easy for them to talk about at home. So I think that's really cool of you to do.
Thank you. Yes, so I have nothing to talk about, and I don't know how to elaborate on nothing. So
That's okay. We've gotten some direction to keep stretching out our program here, so we've done a pretty good job, I think. And I'm not going to take over somebody else's job, but it's getting warm in these lights, I'd say.
okay, well, I think you're doing an excellent job, Mr. George, of being the host of this show. I appreciate it.
No problem.
Thank you for the invite and the warm welcome, and I have nothing else to talk about.
Well, thank you for coming, LaDonna, and want to thank everybody for watching. Join us here next week when we move from camera 3 to 2. And again, don't forget to donate all of your unused vehicles and funds to NECAT. And you all have a very lovely evening. Thank you.